to another episode of our Linux for All channel. And we will now test Linux Mint on a virtual box or a virtual machine. You can download Virtualbox on www.virtualbox.org. I already have my Linux Mint installed here on my Virtualbox. I will just delete it so we can start with the new process. I have a Virtualbox installed on my Linux computer. It's a Virtualbox version 4.3.34. We will now start with a new virtual machine. Okay, I have the file Linux Mint ISO on my desktop. Now I'm going to load it into this virtual machine. First, I would like to type the word Linux, so the type and the version will automatically change. Then I'll put in the word Mint. We can see here 8192 MB, which means that I have 8 gigabytes of memory, so I can dedicate 2 gigs of RAM onto my virtual computer. Make sure that you are not allocate more than 4 gigabytes of your memory, or normally you can allocate at most 30% of your actual memory or the actual memory of your host computer. I'll click next. The recommended size, by the way, is 8 gigabytes. I'll click on create. I'll click on VDI VirtualBox disk image. I'll hit next. Here we can choose whether dynamically allocated hard drive or a fixed size hard drive. Normally, dynamically allocated hard drive expands automatically, and it's a lot faster than fixed size. So I'll hit next. Okay, so with the hard drive, I'll put in 12 gigabytes. Okay, 12 gigabytes for Linux is quite big. But for Windows, even it's for Windows 7, I think you'll need to allocate at least 30 gigabytes of hard drive. So in Linux, you can start with 8 gig. So you will not have to throw your 10 gig or 13 gig of old hard drive on in your house. Okay, so I'll now go ahead and do some configuration because we cannot make this work unless we do some changes on the settings. I'll click on the settings button. Under general, there isn't much to change under this section, unless I might want to put some description of my system, my virtual system. I can put some notes here. Now this next one is very important. System. Because a failure to set the configuration correctly may cause our virtual machine not to function. So I'll go ahead and demote this and floppy, but normally it will work without the need of configuration of this part. So just make sure that CD or DVD is active. It must have a check mark. And down below, extended features, I don't have to change anything here because VirtualBox automatically detects your system. Under processor, here, if you're using a more powerful computer like i3, 55, or i7, you can have options to change or to customize this. You can allot more than one CPU, which will mean a lot faster virtual system or virtual computer. There are distributions which will not work unless this extended features enable PAE is activated. So make sure to always activate PAE. We now select display. Okay, the video memory that is default here is 12 megabytes. Or if you would like a more detailed graphics of your virtual machine, you might want to increase this. Normally 24 is okay. And I also would like to enable 3D acceleration. Okay, now this is also very important, the storage part or the storage section. I will now select under controller or hard drive. I will now select the Linux Mint that I have downloaded, and it's currently on my desktop. It may be on your downloads folder or documents downloads folders, wherever you have saved your Linux 17.3 ISO. Okay, so I will click it and then click OK. That completes the configuration process. Now we are ready to click on the Start button to run our newly created Linux Mint virtual computer. I'll go ahead and click on the Start button. So if you find this video helpful, you can hit like button, you can comment, you can subscribe, and you can share it to your friends. Thank you and see you on the next video.